Hello, it's Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. Okay, so as you know, the new Warhammer 40k tanks have come out. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start by hopefully trying to get a replay and all the tanks out as quickly as I possible can. And today I've got the first replay of the new tanks, and that is in the Teefbreaka, which is the tier 9 Mercenary light tank. It's basically based off, it's got the chassis of the STB1. It's the Orc skin tank. Now, what I do is before I get into the replay, as it's a new tank, I'm going to briefly go over the description of what the tank can do. So let's start off with the gun. It's basically got a 15-shot autoloader with 80 alpha per shot, but it shoots it incredibly quick, like a machine gun, basically, a rapid fire clip, like the 1357, the tier 7 light tank. So the gun can be a lot of fun to use. It's got 216 pen on the standard rounds, 236 on the premium rounds. As well as that, it's a very quick light tank. It's got the speed mode which you get with the French wheelie boys, which basically means you engage your speed mode, but there's no delay in going into the mode. You're just instantly into the mode, and that will increase your speed, your mobility, your top speed, but decrease your gun handling. So basically, the second you get to combat, you hit the button, there's no delay, you instantly swap, then you're in combat mode. When you want to escape, you use your quick mode and you're back in business. So that's a brief description of the tank. It's a light tank. As I've got down to the camo of around 265 concealment. Has 1300 hit points. Doesn't really have any armor, and it's quite big as a light tank. As you can see, it's based on the STB1 tier 10 medium chassis. So as a light tank, it's pretty big. But let's just, that's enough of me rambling. That's a brief description of the tank. So let's just get on with the first replay today, and you can see what the tank can do. Right, so here we are for replay number 1 on Serene Coast. It is a tier 10 lobby. There's one enemy light tank in the game and one enemy fun police. Now what I like to do from this mode is get to a position nice and early to spot the enemy team. It's quite an aggressive position, quite it's risky, but it is a play I like to make on this map. Thankfully this tank, as you can see, when you engage that speed mode, you get there very quickly. Should be able to get there to spot the enemy team. So I've got to the position I want to be. I've engaged I've come off of speed mode. We spotted an enemy fun police, and there goes the machine gun shots. We managed to get a few in before they get back into cover. Now we're going to lose our spot and and then assess the situation. It looks like a lot of the enemy team haven't pushed this way, so they're either in their spawn or they've gone the opposite side of the map, which might give us a bit of map control if we can try and get rid of this Avery there and the other tank, light tank alongside it. Now weirdly about this tank, it's not that good at like sniping, because obviously the type of gun it has. Only have 236 pen on the premium rounds, and at long range it's not going to be that accurate, and you're gonna struggle. So you want to try and get like opportunist moments where you can get in behind the enemy team, or get side shots, or just work angles until you can find a way in basically to get your damage. Because maps like Proc, for example, where you would normally think it would be good for light tank, it's not that good for this tank. You can obviously spot the enemy tanks and that, but the tank's pretty big, and you can't like use the bushes at the top and try and find places to snipe. So they're not actually the best map for this tank, is what I've found. But here we go. We found an opportunity to get shots in this Avery. Now they've fired, and here's a machine gun at work, and you can see how quickly you can get some damage in that sort of engagement. And that's where this tank is fun to play, and I have enjoyed it for those types of moments. So we're now on reload, and we're pulling back. Unfortunately, the Leopard at the brunt of the balance wagon, which is the Avery. That Avery, although I am full health, I'm not full health to that tank. I am actually a one-shot, so I need to be very careful. The Avery is very low on health, but like I say, I'm pretty much low on health to that tank because I have no armour. It can just take me out. But I've seen an opportunity to get the Fun Police out of the game. I'm in a position where he's going to struggle to get his shots at me, and I've been able to just clip him out and just pick up, you know, put me on to close to 2,000 damage and picked up a kill there on the artillery. The Avery then gets taken out, which clears this side for us to get behind the enemy team. And so that's where this tank excels, when you can get opportunity like that, which is fun. Overall, I don't know if this is an amazing light tank, but I've enjoyed it. That's what I can say. I've had fun. Now, I've seen an opportunity to get shots into really this heavy tank. I was thinking brilliant, but then this enemy Foch comes around. I can't sit there and engage a Foch front on because there's only going to be one winner, and it's not going to be me. So I need to get out of there and wait until he's dumped his clip, which I'm assuming he's probably done now, to unfortunately into the heavy tanks and stuff of there. Now I'm going to go back, and if that Foch is empty, I should be able to pick up the kill. So I was looking to get around. Unfortunately, I crashed into my heavy tank, and yeah, my poor driving has got me stuck there. I wasn't able to get round on the Foch. Maybe it was for the better, because there was two tanks coming in, one being the Sturm shot. We do get a kill there on the enemy 257. Now this Progetto's here again. I don't want to sit here because I'm reloading and it's not a good engagement. But I have had a good result to start the game, picking up 2 kills, 2,300 damage. But the damage is starting to, get away from us, because obviously the position on the enemy team, they didn't take a lot of map control. They're now getting swished in. I come behind a Waffle 100, fantastic target, and you get to just be machine gun down and take out that Waffle 100, picking up another kill on the tier 10 tank. And now we're just going to just see where we can get damage. You know, we've still got most of our hit points. We can eat a shot. This game's over. We just want to get as much out as we can. We're trying to find a victim. Where's the best victim? This tank's alone. We're coming in. We set them on fire. We pick up another kill, putting us on to 4 kills, just shy of 4,000 damage, 2,600 odd assistance. 2 tanks remaining. It's just whether we will get the opportunity to get any kills on those tanks. We're looking, in this case, it's not going to be the case. But we do, yeah, it's a solid game. It kind of shows like the fun you can have in the tank. But let's just see how we did before we move on. We got 4 kills, about 4,000 damage, 2,300 odd assistance. We do pick up the ace tanker. And yeah, that is an end for replay number 1. So let's just move on now to the final replay of the video. Okay, so welcome back for the final replay of the video here on Steps. This time again, it's a tier 10 lobby, but we do have quite a lot of tier 8 in this game. So although it's a tier 10 lobby, there is quite a lot of tier 8s. We do have an enemy Fun Police and an enemy light tank. Now, we're on Steps. We've got the preferred spawn, I would say. This is my preferred spawn, because since they changed where the spawns are, quite often a lot of the enemy team don't even bother contesting this area. And you can full send down and immediately take quite a lot of map control away from the enemy team if they haven't contested this. So that's pretty much what should happen, as you can see here. So I'm going to come down. I do have a bit of support, so I'm just going to try and get into position to see if I can get any side shots on the enemy team, or keep them spotted and pick up some assistance from our Fun Police or anything which can shoot. I was just stopping here to see if I can get any shots into this T10. I think this is kind of a mistake, because I could have just kept going and get a better, wider angle. All what happens is I got detected. I wasn't able to pen anyway, because I do have low penetration. And it's not great at shooting from range like that. So yeah, probably a bit of a waste of time. But it's okay. I'm going to lose my spot, get a wider angle, and see if I can get any shots onto this T10, when they're potentially focusing out the rest of our team on the other side. So I've come to this hill to poke here. There's a good chance I might get spotted when I actually shoot, but I realise the T10's not looking at me. It's only in action next. I'm just going to just unload my clip here. Worst case, if I take a shot, it's going to be like 200 and stuff alpha I lose, which does happen, but that's well worth the trade-off. I lost 1 shot for taking out an enemy tank there for 1,000 damage, so that's a decent trade. Now, I've got to say, I've on 1 kill. I'm going to go and reload. I'm going to have a look again to see what's any other tanks there is. This enemy heavy here, I'm going to chance it. I'm shooting through a bush to see if I don't get spotted, but I do get detected, and I think it's not worth it, just me sitting up there, because I could easily get shot when I don't have to, because I can just find a better angle just like this. I can still shoot the tank, but now I'm not going to get detected, and now I can just just unload this clip onto this heavy tank who just can't get out of there, putting us on to just over 2,000 damage. Back on reload again, but you're not on reload for a long time. It's got a relatively short reload, so you never really feel like you're on reload. It's one shot heavy tank here, or two shots of my 80 Alpha PP gun. We're going to see if we can pick up the kill, which we do manage to, picking up our second kill with the same clip. We're hopefully going to try and finish off this heavy tank we was dealing with earlier, and all of a sudden we've now got 3 kills and pretty much won the enemy base. The enemy team, you know, as I can see, they're not at our base quite yet, because you can see the enemy tank destroyer on the map, which would have detected them. So I'm just going to push around and try and get as much damage out of this game as I can. You know, bearing in mind I've got the speed mode. If worst case I had to go back to defend our base, I can, because I can get across the map very, very quickly. Spotted an enemy fun police trying to escape. We want to try and put a stop to that. Unfortunately, just gets out of there. We do get a couple of kills, but we're going to look to see if we can get any more targets. Again, there's a Waffle 100. We love that. We're going to try and get our shots in. We don't really want to eat a shot because he was looking for us, but then he turned. We pulled back, got a few more shots in, putting this on to 3,000 damage. Now we're going to pull back, see if we can get any more shots onto that Waffle or that fun police. I've got to be careful because the Waffle 100 is coming around that rock, so it's not going to be long till he's going to have a shots on me, so I've got to be aware of that. Fun police turns around, slaps me, which is a shame because I am now one shot to that Waffle 100, so I've got to be careful of that, and that is the target I'd like to get some kills on those. So I'm going to still try and work an angle on this Waffle, but I just got to be careful. Bear in mind I am now one shot to that Waffle, and I don't really want to get hit by the fun police either, but I also want to try and get as max out of this game as I can, you know, possibly do. It looks like I've got a window of opportunity to kill this Waffle. He's not looking at us quite yet. We're just going to keep clipping, and we do manage to pick up the 4th kill, killing a tier 10 tank, putting us on to above 4,000 damage. And now we've got an opportunity to go and finish off that fun police, get a bit of revenge from shooting us earlier. We're looking for the kill. We're still on reload. He's turning for us. I realise I'm not going to risk getting shot there. I'm going to pull out. He shots, he misses. Now we've got the kill while he's on reload. We're going to push around. Unfortunately, there's a dead wreck in front of us, so we're going to stop firing our gun at a dead wreck and then finish off the tank, picking up our 5th kill of the game. And with 3 enemy tanks remaining, and I do have an opportunity to get there. Unfortunately for me, our team are triple capping when there's really no need to do that. I crashed to make it, you know, with my superb driving skills to make life worse, and I only have 13 seconds to try and get some damage out of this game. They're 2 Avies, they can just kill me, but we're going to cap out anyway, so I just might as well just gamble and just go in on this tank. We go in, we got behind, we can kill this tank, and unfortunately, although we would have then finished off with the top gun, our friendly team cap out, so they deny us that opportunity. But we do end that game pretty strongly. Shame we just couldn't pick up that top gun there. But we do get 5 kills, 5,000 damage, 200 assistance. It is only the first class. It would have been an ace tanker had we got that top gun. But yeah, that is it for this tank. So I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, I am going to get the replays in all these tanks, but I've just got quite a lot of work commitment, etc. at the moment, so it's difficult to get the time, as much time as I'd like to, but I will get the replays in all of the new tanks so you can show you guys what they're like. But yeah, thank you so much for your support. As always, I always say it, but you know, I mean it. It's been amazing, and happy tanking.
Hadouken!